Hey guys, welcome to Split. The Samsung Unpacked event just finished and it got me thinking. This might be the best time to consider buying a foldable if you've been on the fence for a while. Let me explain. Right, what was I saying? So remember when foldables first came on the scene? They looked amazing. I mean, they were elegant. You basically had a standard phone you could open up and it became a tablet. Boom, it was the future. But the future came with a lot of warnings and caveats. They were heavy, they were fragile, they were expensive. So that really turned a lot of people off when it came to foldable phones. Among that, there was the dust concern, water ingress, and most importantly, well, not most importantly, most annoyingly, the crease. The crease, a lot of people couldn't figure out how to get out of the way. And that made a lot of people look at those phones and be like, hey, they're innovative, but I don't want to spend my money on something that doesn't quite feel like a clear screen and a full phone. Well, until now anyway.
Introducing Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra.
Manufacturers have spent years working on the biggest challenges that cause this durability issue. The hinge, the flexible display, and the layers underneath. And now we're at the 8th generation of the Galaxy Z Fold devices. Wow, 8. I'm really old. Anyway, Samsung shows just how far they've come with engineering, especially when it comes to the hinge. They introduced the Samsung Flex titanium technology into the foldable display structure. This refinement improves durability while minimizing the visibility of the crease. It is way less visible compared to the 7, which took 7 years to get to. Again, still not as good as the competition in my opinion, but it's up there. But does that make these phones indestructible? No. It's still rocking an IP48 dust and water resistant rating compared to some IP59 dust and water resistant rating from its competitors, but that's not why we're here. The point is, these are still 2,000 plus devices that you have to kind of baby when it comes to things like dust, again, because of that sensitive screen. On the thickness side, it's definitely a win. The older foldables felt like you were carrying two phones stacked on top of one another in your pocket. Today's foldables, not so much. They are super flat and feel like standard brick phones, impressively thin. The Z Fold 8 Ultra measures 4.1 millimeters when unfolded and weighs 215 grams, making it Samsung's thinnest Galaxy Z Fold yet. This is thinner than most flagship phones, single, not foldable phones most people are carrying around in their pockets right now, today, which is impressive. Maybe this might be the simplest argument for buying a foldable. You're getting two experiences in one device. A phone that opens up becomes a full-on tablet, 6.5 to 8 inches, which is optimized for video content, gaming, and comic books, or other kind of media like reading, and so on and so forth. So it just makes for a better, more comfortable display. This also makes things like editing and multitasking a whole lot more convenient. If you ever tried multitasking on a standard 6-inch display, everything's just cramped in there. But on a wider tablet form, you can basically have two phones side by side on one screen, or 3, depending on what you're splitting at the time. However, foldable phones also solve the flip side of this argument. Those who want their phone smaller from the standard form factor. Yes, you want your phone to be in a normal form factor, but you want to fold it down, which is where the Flip series sort of fits in perfectly. And the Flip series, to be honest, has been one of my favorite form factors, not just because it slams shut, I like that, but it just gives it a cuter form factor. With the outer screen being as useful as it is today, and it's gotten better over time, it is still one of my top choices for foldables. So the question then becomes, which foldable is right for me? Now, I'm not going to tell you that everyone needs a foldable phone. If you're someone who wants the absolute best value, or you're perfectly happy with the traditional smartphone experience, then stick with that. A conventional flagship might just make more sense for you, because this is an investment. The new Galaxy Z Fold 8 starts at $1,899 US. That's a lot of bands, a lot of baby food. While the Fold 8 Ultra starts over $2,000, $2,099 to be exact. The Flip 8 is considering more back in its usual space of $1,199, but that's still flagship pricing regardless. So, circling back to my question at the beginning, is this the best time to buy a foldable? That answer is, depends on you and how much you got. But tweak that question a little to, is this the best time to consider a foldable? For me, that answer is yes. Because if you're waiting for the technology to mature, it's pretty much right there at this point, with the exception of that annoying screen thing, but other people have figured it out. I think that'll be a problem of the past in no time at all. Early generation foldables were, not impressive because they had just so many problems around them. But today's foldables are amazing. The hardware is thinner, the hinges are more refined, the displays are more durable, the crease is less distracting, the software is smarter, the AI is actually a bit more useful now. And big screens are finally being used in ways that make sense by the different softwares that are on them. So it might be go time in 2026. And besides, most of these have some decent protection plans that take away that fear of that ridiculously soft screen. Outside that, you're no more in danger than a standard brick phone. Okay. Maybe I'm stretching that a bit. There are still a ton of brick phones that will take way more beating than a flip phone. I agree. But these phones have become way more durable in the time that we've seen them. Yeah, so have foldables reached a point where you would consider buying one, especially looking at the new series lineup from Samsung, the Fold 8, the Fold 8 Ultra? Which do you think is the better form factor? Or the Flip, which I've always liked? Let me know in the comments below. Or do you just want the crease to disappear completely and have total water and dust protection before you jump into the fray? Don't forget to leave a sub. I will share my full 1-year review of the Fold 7. Been a love-hate relationship, but more love than hate. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.